Okay, class, we are back with our bagels. So I have shaped all my bagels. I've got some regular size bagels and some mini bagels. Okay, I decided to go 3 ounces on the larger bagel and 2 ounces on the smaller bagel. I have some sesame seeds for topping. Of course, everything bagel spice, my favorite. A little bit of poppy seed. I know a lot of people like onion bagels, but you need to buy those dehydrated onion pieces for your bagel because just onion powder doesn't really work that well. But there's a lot of onion and garlic in the everything spice. In my pot, I have my kettling liquid. Turn you guys a little bit. Okay. So this is water, a little bit of brown sugar, and some baking soda. And then on the other side, I have another tray to get my bagels with. And a little bit of beaten egg white with some water, which kind of helps your bagels topping stick. Okay, so we're just gonna, drop these in, and remember, right? All I did was kind of stick my finger in the middle and kind of stretch it out. It's rested a little bit. It's still cool though, right? I don't want it to be too warm because it will overproof. So just about 30 seconds. You can probably do 2 or 3 at a time. I'm going to do 3 and 4. Okay, so about 30 seconds. I'm kind of got a clock up there. I'm looking at it. Then we're going to kind of flip them over, and you can see, right, the water is warm, but it's not boiling, okay, which is where we want to be. It's a very, very, very low simmer, okay? It's barely bubbling at all. And then I flipped them over. We're going to let those go for another 30 seconds. Oh, let me grab a piece of parchment paper, which I have right over here. Okay, so a little bit more parchment paper, a little bit more vegetable spray. We don't want our bagels to stick to anything. And then with my slotted spoon, I'm going to kind of let that water drip off and transfer them right to my tray. I've got my oven preheating to 425 degrees. And then we just keep continuing with this process, right? Just kind of make sure that the hole is big enough. And by the time you put the 4th bagel in, you could start flipping that first bagel. And this is the process of kettling, okay? And I don't know if I told you this story to you guys, but my very, very first job in the industry was making bagels, okay? I grew up on Long Island, and I got a job at the local bagel shop, and I used to go in after I was done with high school, of course, and I would bake bagels at 3:30 in the morning. That's what time you had to be in if you're a bagel baker. 3:30 in the morning. A little crazy. And they had these big ovens, right? They're called deck ovens or doughboy ovens, and the shelves are really long, probably like at least to here. And the oven rotates, and the shelves rotate in the oven, and you bake the bagels on canvas pieces of wood. So it's basically like a 2x4 covered in canvas, and that's what you put in the oven with the bagel on top. When the top gets done, you flip it over, and then that finishes it off. So I'm going to keep kettling my bagels, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys, all right? I'm going to brush these with a little bit of that egg white mixture. This is going to do 2 things. It's going to help our topping stick, and it's also going to aid in that browning effect and make it a little bit more of a shiny looking bagel. You don't really need the egg wash, but I just figured Better be safe than sorry. And I wanted to make sure that my toppings stick. So, and I like to put a generous amount on there, just like they do in the bagel store. And actually, what they do in the bagel store when they're baking bagels is they have these big bins of seasonings, right? Like big bins of seasoning. And they'll take the bagel and they just drop it in, and then they take it out and they put it onto that tray that they're going to bake the bagel in. So they would just press everything right in. So I'm going to continue kettling my bagels and topping them with my seasoning. When we come back, I'll show you guys the finished bagel product, but you can see what it looks like before it goes in the oven. Okay, I'm going to kind of line this up, put the rest of my bagels on there, get them all topped, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven. And I'll be back.